Alright, so let's go ahead and move on here. And now we're going to go on to our topic du jour, which is once again the artist training ground arting guide. Now, of course, we did already go through our current arting guide, and I decided I'm going to see just how insane I really am. So right now in our show notes, we have set the guide so that it can be edited by anybody that clicks on the link. Our hope being that people would be willing to throw in different drawing guides that they might have or find, or challenges that they use to get inspiration, or even how to take feedback. Or maybe if they have tablet supplies, art programs, things like that that we didn't cover or put in there, throw in there. But let's get it into the arting guide nonetheless. But before we do that, let's go ahead and change our little image here so that we know that we are in the arting night now. There we go. Pony. All right. So the next step, drawing guides. Now, I'm not gonna lie. The first and foremost thing I did was basically rip off Equestria Daily's drawing guide. And in all honesty, I could go googling left, right, up, and down, looking up videos, things like that. But a lot of people have already done the work. And Equestria Daily does have a very thorough, very big, very sound arting guide for anything that you may want to do. From everything from is that even there anymore? Okay, it looks like the MLP draw thread that used to exist is no longer there. That's funny. But yeah, a Reddit drawing school, art threads on different sites, art guides on Tumblr, reference guides for everything possible, including actual mature anatomical. But yeah, a lot of references, a lot of the guides, a lot of things that you can use to basically learn how to draw, different ways of approaching how to draw. I mean, let's see here. We got a paint tool side guide, how to draw folds in fabric, the pony drawing guide, interactive comic, drawing eyes, realistic hair, metal tutorial, figure. Oh, okay. Some of this actually gets to the point where it's not even. Well, no, it's still drawing. Coloring and shading, vectoring, Photoshop, GIMP, Pixel. Wow, they actually have a pixel drawing thing?
Yep.
Nice. Of course, the fun thing with the creation guide, it doesn't just cover drawings. It also has video editing, source filmmaker, PMVs, music tutorials, animations, crafts. Yeah, you get fan fiction writing, costumes, voice acting. Wow, this thing is everything, doesn't it?
Yep.
But in any case,
We are a very active fandom.
we are. In fact, I actually picked one out here just right off the cuff here a week ago. The Pony Drawing Guide for Everybody, Every Pony Second Edition. This one's actually a flash tutorial. Just clicking next, it actually goes through the different scales, proportions, body measurements, skeletal, the basic skeletal figures, how to general anatomy, things like that to give you an idea how everything works. It really is amazing. So yeah, the first thing I just grabbed right off the bat was Equestria Daily and their guide. What happened to my Google Doc here? Oh, I put in a separate thing here. So yeah, the tutorial codex that they have in Equestria Daily is massive. It is a beast of a guide, and it will have anything and everything that you could use. And in all honesty, I could just throw that up there and let that be that. But I did also ask other people what their guides were. Some people were nice enough to throw different images that they had out there, like the Anatomy of Pony comic tutorial. Nice little comic that talks about the different anatomies, positions, how everything moves on a pony. Really is amazing stuff. Also, a big guide on pony legs. Pony legs are the worst. I'm just gonna say it out.
Too bad.
Well, pony legs tend to be more interesting to try to get it to look right, especially since it's easy enough to have it stretch, squash, thin leg, fat legged, up legged, over legged, things like that. And some of you are like, well, I like, it's fun to look at visual, but you like a more movable medium.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I'm not gonna lie, YouTube, just plain old YouTube. I YouTube draw pony. I have pulled up how to draw Princess Celestia from Draw So Cute, how to draw My Little Pony Basic, how to draw Rarity, how to draw a horse, and also you get some weird ones out there that have absolutely nothing to do with actually drawing. There's also the My Little Pony official how to draws, which are they're fast and interesting. They might give you a few ideas.
You mean the speed art?
The speed art, yeah, let's face it, they're basically speed arts. But yeah, if you just even YouTube how to draw ponies or even Google how to draw ponies, you can find so much stuff. But yeah, just find what works for you. If it's anything from a physical visual medium to a movie medium, I don't think you'll get anybody out there that'll actually draw it for you though, except if you commission them. But that's a commission. That's not exactly learning how to draw. And I just found a tutorial for how to make a Rarity hair dryer with a 3D pen, so I think we're done here. Though I'm kind of curious about that. And also, if it's not just ponies, sometimes you can actually learn from other art sources. One that I was given from my good friend Eshibal, who does a lot of different art for all sorts of different things. Draw with Jazza. And he talks about a lot of different things about arting, including how to art, how to sculpt, how to make this, how to do that, 3D printing, all sorts of different things on how to art. And it's a lot more mixed than just pony. You have animation, anime, real life, a lot of fun stuff. But it's still a lot of good resources. So another thing to suggest, don't limit yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just limit yourself to just what pony artists create. You can go ahead and check out other people.
Although at the same time, if you're going to start drawing things and you want to just focus on one thing to start, go for it. Do whatever you want to do. Although you should expand eventually.
Yep.
Everyone should expand eventually.
Yep. Be ready to expand. Be ready to expand, but don't be afraid to just start off simple too, or just draw what you love.
And believe me, it will be hard, but you should still expand. Yes, expansion is hard, but it's good for you, and it'll feel good too.
My innuendo senses a tingling call.
Mine are going up the charts.
Sorry. I just came back. I'm going to try and load up Photoshop and load up a draw stream in the background that you can overlay if you want to, Circuit. Because I know you do that sometimes.
I do, but I'm actually motoring through this really fast, so we're gonna have the collaborative art thing up here in just a second.
Oh shit! All right. Well, I'll try and do a quick sketch then.
All right. But yeah, a lot.
Keep going. Keep going.
But yeah, just check out different artists as well. Listen to different tutorials. There's a lot of different references that you can learn how to draw. And now challengers and practicers. I couldn't find a good way to term this, but essentially sometimes you're going to need something to challenge yourself or give you different ideas to try. But sometimes we don't want to think that way. We don't know how to change our mind, as it were. So there's a few different ways that you can basically give yourself a challenge in order to expand yourself, basically give you a goal to work on. The first thing is, this is one I found that I really like and I really should mess with it a little bit more. The Pony Randomizer by Tinker Tie. Actually, I think this is more by iTest Shenanigans, but I found it on Tinker Tie's Tumblr because I can't find the original source anymore.
If you're talking about like the old, like actual custom pony generator where it'll give you a basic puppet and you can draw from there,
Nope.
that's still available.
Well, that's not what I was talking about, but that's an interesting idea. See if you can throw that up if you can.
Yeah, I still have it in my DeviantArt favorites.
But no, this is the pony generator. It goes through a bunch of different things for ponies, hairstyles, little random traits, different races, the character, how the character is, their entire color palette. All of this is literally randomly generated, and it is also completely random. So you don't have to worry about grabbing the same thing over and over and over just because you managed to hit print screen several times. It's still going to be random. So it's pretty simple. You just take a screenshot of one moment, and there you go. So here I got an Earth pony that is a jumpy pirate with an interesting color palette and also little molted splotches on her nose, chest, or his. It could be his or her nose, chest, and also has a nice little fluffy hairstyle there. There you go. I now have an art challenge to make. Easy enough. Of course, there's other ways of doing the art challenge. Let's see. This is just one I'm grabbing real fast. Another one that this is one that I've had a lot of fun with doing. The Twilight Sparkle Secret Shipfic Folder Art Challenge.
Ooh, that's always a good one.
It's a very good one, and admittedly, it's a little bit more ship happy for people, but you can also make it work for you if you don't want to draw shipping couples. But essentially, you draw two ponies, you shuffle the decks, draw two ponies and a situational card, and then you make the art. Make the art based off of the two ponies and the situation. Or you could just draw one pony in a situation, or just draw a pony if you're really that random. Simple, quick, clean. I like it.
Yeah, it might take a moment because I favored this long ago, like season 1 long ago.
Alright. But yeah, these are just a few ideas of practicers and challenges that you can give yourself that I've found out about and thought up. Another thing that was suggested to me by other artists is just to be inspired or try what other people have done. Maybe you found an artist that did a really awesome art of Rainbow Dash flying through the air. You could try to draw something similar, or maybe even an offshoot of that art. Of course, keeping in mind tracing. Actually, let's get into that real fast. Tracing.
Don't do it.
Actually, tracing is questionable.
No, it's not. Okay, so tracing, as far as I've heard from like professional artists and stuff, if you are having a problem drawing something, feel free to pull up a reference and just like trace over it to just kind of get a feel for where lines go in the general shape of it, but don't make that your final product. Just use that as a way of understanding the thing, and then try and redraw afterwards, and you'll find that you'll have a much better time at drawing whatever you're trying to draw after that. But you shouldn't try to be like, hey, I made an art, and then it's just like a trace over of someone else's art. Don't do that. That's bad.
You made this? I made this.
No, yeah, it basically sums it up. Tracing is good as a practice tool. Tracing is not good for actual your own art creations because it's not your own art. Granted, it's not photocopying it and calling it your own, but it's the layman's way of photocopying and making it your own. Don't do it.
Don't do trace, kids. It's bad for you, or it could be good for you in small doses, but don't do it as a main thing. I've been drawing this all on the first. Excuse me while I hate myself for one moment.
Hang away.
I need to close.
But yeah, basically the whole thing is second. If you looked at my challenges, the one with me having you breakdance, yeah, I basically pulled up an image of someone doing a pony breakdancing, and while I didn't trace it because I used paint and I can't layer, I did eyeball it to the best of my ability. It's still my own because I still had to make each line. I just had a reference material, and that's the difference.
No, I'm with you there. I did the same exact
It's okay
thing.
to use reference material. Go for get as much reference material as you can. Although I will say, as a bit of a thing to push yourself or try to push yourself, highly recommended that when you are using reference material, you use references at multiple angles of the thing that you're trying to draw, and then try to go about it in your own way with your own dimension if you can. That's kind of an advanced thing, but I mean, hey, go for it. Push yourself. I believe in
You're
you.
not wrong.
Hell, if I could somehow manage to learn how to draw a horse, I'm pretty sure you all can do the same and better. Seriously, guys. Seriously.
He's not kidding him. This is actually this little art that I did here for the second day. I actually took one of the screenshots I had of the yak stomp from the one with the Quisquetillion.
Hmm.
You know where Yona was teaching everybody how to do the yak dance.
Oh, basically the not Sadie Hawkins dance, but more cultural dance.
We'll go with that. But essentially, everybody was just stomping on the ground. I took a screenshot of that. I saw how the ponies were positioned. I didn't trace it, but I did eyeball it to make the leg positions and just kind of the general position of how the pony would look.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what I did with this. So yeah, I didn't use tracing, but I did eyeball and use it to my advantage to learn. So now I have a better idea of how the legs bend and work with that as well. So yeah, unfortunately, yeah, there we can get a lot deeper into the whole idea of tracing and plagiarism, but he said the boils down to don't trace unless you're practicing, especially don't trace if you're selling. Even in some cases, it actually no. There's been a whole thing with I remember draw ponies and the whole controversy with that, but we're gonna leave that one alone. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You said that I summed it up. Why are we still on this topic?
Because I have no idea how to let things go. Let's move on.
Okay.
Okay, so that is the challengers and practicers that I could throw out there. Anything else? Feel free to throw out and let us know, and we'll get it in there. And feedback. Feedback is important. People will tell you if something is off about your art. People may give you suggestions about it, or maybe they'll give you that little bit of self-assurance to let you know that it's not complete crap. But feedback is important. The thing is, you have to know what the difference is between good feedback and bad feedback, and also when it is knee-jerk feedback, which unfortunately a lot of game developers could really need to learn.
Wow, I'm failing at Photoshop tonight. I should just stick to paper.
Well, give us a moment, and you'll have a nice little thing to fail at for everybody to see.
Oh, joy.
But yeah, essentially the good rule of thumb is if it is constructive feedback that actually tells you what some problems are and gives you some advice on how to fix it, it's usually a good idea to listen.
The only caveat I can say that if you don't get any feedback, just take it as you still have time to work, or people are just not into your art, and that's not always a bad thing. You can just go, okay, no one's commenting on this, so why don't I try this?
Where's sir?
Anyway, bad feedback obviously is pretty simple, at least in layman's terms. If they say you suck and everything you do sucks, that's bad feedback.
Now, an example of good feedback was once when I was first starting out as at drawing ponies and stuff. A friend of mine, said, "Hey, you're making the necks a little bit thick on your pony," and although it struck my ego a bit because I was a teenager, I took I took note of that, and I have since become a lot better at pony anatomy. Not perfect, but I at least try to keep an eye on the neck. So there you go.
All right, and we're
Also,
just gonna
don't let your ego get the better of you. Trust me, I have to deal with that all the time. As self-deprecating as I am, I also have a bit of an ego. It's okay.
We all have egos, dude.
Everybody. Yeah, unfortunately, ego is going to get in the way sometimes. It's kind of hard, especially if you work for 3 hours on a piece of art, and somebody tells you that you did something wrong or something doesn't look right, it's kind of hard to digest that sometimes.
It's okay. It's okay. Also, a quick reminder too to anyone who's trying to give criticism and stuff. If you want to be grade A at giving criticism, so that way it doesn't come off as a direct blow to someone, a tip that I learned is if you're going to criticize someone's artwork, pat it with a compliment, and then basically make a compliment sandwich. Take something that you like about the piece, say that, and then add in your little bit of criticism, and then slap on another bit of like positive, uh, you know, another positive onto the back of that, and that way it doesn't hurt someone so much because people are sensitive sometimes, and you gotta respect that. So, although it's all attempted to help, duly note that sometimes you need that little bit of compliment as well to pat it down. Just remember that.
And a little bit more advanced critique taking for people. If one person tells you your horse neck looks a little off, that might just be a perception thing. If 100 people tell you,
it was totally right in my case.
No, in your case, yeah. I'm talking about sometimes you also have to take a look at how many people tell you there's a problem. Sometimes you may make a good piece of art. Several people may comment on it, and only one person says that the feet look weird. But that's
I mean,
that's
I'm
where
not gonna lie. If I was drawing a horse and someone said the feet looked weird, I would be very concerned. Just like, what am I doing?
Exactly. If one person says it, the thing about getting critique is sometimes you gotta also take what is said with a grain of salt. It might be somebody's perception that the feet look a little weird, but at the same time, Dalek's feet always look a little squat and squishy, but it kind of makes his characters cute. So I love Bob the Dalek's artwork, even though the feet look weird sometimes.
Wait, what are you talking about? They have
he's talking about the change.
Oh, you're okay. I get your drift. Okay, you know what I meant when I said feet.
I'm so confused.
It's all right, Cole. It's all right. I'm with you.
All right, getting back on track. Okay, so yeah, sometimes you will get a little critique. Somebody will say that something looks odd and weird and unusual. Now, you have to try to understand that sometimes it's a grain of salt situation. Yeah, sometimes it's good critique and you can learn how to improve with it. However, sometimes it's also just a critique based on somebody else's point of view, and you shouldn't take it so to heart too. It's hard to tell when a critique is actually a good critique or it's a point of view critique, which is a big problem. One person tells you, if only one person critiques your art and says your hooves are weird, maybe take a little bit more to take a little bit closer look. If 100 people tell you your art is great and one person says your hooves are off, maybe not pay so much attention to it.
Also, big thing right now, which is hitting me in the ass. If you're doing digital art, don't draw on the base layer. I keep doing that tonight. This is a big problem for me. This is completely off topic, but if you're drawing in a program with layers, make sure to add layers. Don't draw on the base layer. It's bad plan. Don't be me, children. I am bad things.
Alright. But yeah, critiquing is hard to take. It's hard to do. A lot of it takes a grain of salt. Just don't do the bad critique of saying somebody's art is bad and not offering feedback. Whether it's good advice or not, just saying that something sucks and not actually giving some sort of suggestion or thought on how to improve it, that does nobody any good.
Well, the other thing is that sometimes people just say it's bad because, I don't like that person. Which,
that's what I'm talking about, bad critiquing. But anyway, so that's enough of that. We already critiqued our critique to death.
And we only got about 30 minutes left of the show.
Well, 30 minutes normally, but we're going to go ahead and jump into what I said we were going to do, which is a collaborative art for the next about 25 to 30 minutes. Now, when I say collaborative, I mean everybody can get involved. Granted, of course, I'm going to make sure I grab a layer now before people start snuggling in here.
All right, I'll stop streaming.
Do you have a link to it?
No.
Oh, that was.
No, I don't have a link. I'm just going to tell everybody all about it without linking anything.
So I feel really bad because I've been streaming for like 20 minutes, and like in that time I basically had a decent sketch, failed because it was on the background layer, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to try again on a new file, and I did that, and then like I did it again the second time, but this time the sketch was worse, and then the third time I didn't do anything. Oh man. Like I said, don't be like me. I'm terrible at things.
All right, let's see here. I want to do a window capture. Let's see.
Do you have a link to the thing?
I just put it in the backstage chat, actually.
God damn it. So, skip ahead. That song is getting annoying.
All right, and we're just going to alter this here a little bit so that... There we go. And let's see here. We'll put it down here so that all of the chat and everything can be seen. Now, of course, anybody and everybody is welcome to join us on this. It's in our backstage chat. However, once we get a few of our panelists in here, feel free to share it with our main chat.
Cole, are you the owl?
I guess I am. I've not made an account with this.
Yeah.
Neither have I. I just have a temporary thing in my GIF image being my thing. Who's the coyote? Or wolf?
I have no idea.
Woof.
Woof. There's our woof. All right. So, what I am encouraging people to do is to do the training ground challenge, which is to draw Pony's Darkest Secret or a Sneaky Pony. However, people are welcome to draw whatever they want. However, I would like to encourage people to please try to keep it PG-13.
Oh, hang on.
Because, of course, a big reason is I am going to take a screenshot of this, and I am going to submit it for the artist training grounds as well.
Oh.
So, what is the challenge then?
The challenge is either draw a Pony's Darkest Secret or a Sneaky Pony.
Sneaky pony or a pony with a secret?
Dark secret.
The Dark Secret.
From the dark side.
Okay.
It would probably help if I actually had the pencil tool here. Or is it the paint?
It's a square, so...
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and work with the paintbrush here.
Yeah.
Just to challenge myself a little bit here.
No, that's not. Oh.
Okay, well then I will...
God dang it, I made myself laugh and fucked up.
Okay.
You know what? Nah.
What color are your eyes?
Blue. No, yellow! Okay, they're actually blue.
It's normally a light blue for circuit, but you can sometimes go a little bit darker.
Alright, I'll get around to it in a bit.
I see Cole is on layer 3.
Yes, I am.
Okay, somebody feel free to post this into our chat rooms if you haven't yet. We're going to go ahead and let other people in onto this arting shenanigans. I think I can make more layers if I... Can I make more layers? Or
I made a layer so that I could do my thing.
Yeah, we can make more layers if we need to, I believe. But yeah, other people are welcome to join in. And of course, we'll probably make this a little bit more of a Brony Show staple since this has been abandoned by the Oatmeal Galore after party. It's mine now.
Okay, put in Twitch and put in there. And we can kick who's ever being naughty.
Can we? Well, yes, we can. We can kick if anybody's being naughty. I'm gonna believe that.
Me?
Well, you're not being naughty, so you're good.
Not yet.
I hear raw.
Oh, sorry. Thought it was turned down.
Nah, it's okay.
Alright.
It's actually kind of funny. Though I probably should put some music on here at some point. Nah, we'll go ahead and keep talking here. So yeah. Okay, yeah, we got a stick pony. You know what? I'm gonna give credit. Whoever drew the stick pony, you jumped in here, you drew a stick pony, quick high. That deserves all the credit in the world because you could have easily just said no and you jumped in.
No, you got that. No, you got that wrong. I'm literally on the same layer as Circuit.
You're on my layer?
Yes.
Get off my layer.
You can't draw on the same layer.
I don't know. Actually, I'm not sure if I am on the same layer.
No, you're on layer 2.
Okay.
Basically, one way to hide is to see that eye. That's how you can hide yourself. See?
Huh.
You'll see anyone who still has an eye, but it won't be.
Let's see. So yeah, I'm trying a lot of different things here with this. It's okay to experiment, try different things. Sometimes it's not going to look so good. I'm actually kind of scared and paranoid of the hair now. But I'm going to try my best. There are no mistakes. There are only happy accidents.
Whatever you say, Bob Ross.
That's right. Circuit doesn't have a very long tail. He's got like a teeny
Well,
one.
it's not a teeny tail, but it's kind of mid, but it's very spiky.
There, I drew a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what colors to try and put in there, though.
This is the only time I wish I had a better bucket tool in this.
Okay, good. Key commands do work. With,
Okay, there we
erasers
go.
and
Yes.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Cool.
some of the, I did figure that one out too, which is it's really nice.
I just kind of naturally hit the E key for erase without thinking, which is really inconvenient in Tabletop Simulator when I'm drawing on the table, because that just leads to me blindfolding myself constantly.
Oh no, dang it! How do I move the entire
Yes.
canvas up?
If you go to the hand tool, you can actually
Oh, there's
scroll out and move.
There we go. Okay. Gotta get this back up there, else I can't explain the clip deer. Let's see.
But I do like that the layers are actually showing just the area that is actually being used by it.
Yeah, it is really nice. You get. Yeah.
Well, in the past, it wasn't. It was showing the entire thing just with dots as to what was actually on it.
Oh wow! What the heck just happened? Somehow my green got more green. Let's see, can I, maybe something along here? Will that? That is really weird. How did I goof that?
Cole, give me a main color.
All right, looks okay.
How about
So
orange.
Orange.
Orange, yeah.
I would go for a
Nice.
more. I would
Give me
go
a
with a
fruit.
more reddish orange versus just normal orange.
Raspberry.
Raspberry's good.
okay, what the hell?
Alright.
Okay, I don't know what happened to my painting here, but I was painting like a normal, like I was actually drawing with paint, and now it's like I'm. It's
Oh
like,
shit.
now it's like I'm
somehow
actually
flipped the can. Oh, that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
feels like I'm actually drawing with a freaking like a
Oh, that's cool.
broad, not even a paintbrush anymore. It's- Okay.
Okay.
Where's an orange that I like here?
I don't know what the hand grabby tool is, but
It just lets you move the canvas around so you can view.
oh no,
better.
no, I know that. I'm just trying to figure out how to get it to do what I want it to.
All right, I goofed
forget
something
it.
up here royally. Come on. I have no idea what I did to my coloring. I really don't. It was working so nicely. I was doing so well, and then suddenly it's like I'm not even using the
Oh, you can
paint,
program
the
in
paintbrush anymore.
brush. Oh, that's neat.
I mean, it looked like watercolor there before, didn't it? Anybody else seeing
Mhm.
that? So
I
what?
think it was the opacity that you might have changed, or hardness, or density. What are those three?
Well,
Circuit, get harder.
I don't know.
Harden. Circuit, use harden.
It's not effective. Okay.
If someone's trying to do rabbit or demon ears, yeah. Yeah, Control Z also works if you're going for that boss.
Okay, I have no idea what the hell happened. I'm gonna have to start from scratch because whatever green I had, it no longer was working the way I intended it to. And that's a box. Why? No, that is not a box. That was a pencil.
Yeah, that's the thing. The brush is round, the pencil is not.
Okay, so let's try this again. So another thing about paint about drawing, stupid stuff will happen and it will screw you up.
This is why if you are actually doing a program, you have the ability to save.
You have the ability to save. You have the ability to undo. However, at the same time, it's okay. Things will happen. Just take a deep breath.
Sometimes they're happy little accidents.
Sometimes they are happy little accidents, and sometimes they're annoying little things that you just have to take a deep breath and just work with it as best you can.
I'm currently trying to make this look like a decent colored thing while it's on one layer, so this is gonna suck. But hey, let's play with it.
Yeah, and if it's not obvious, I've pretty much just been ignoring whatever the hell you guys are doing.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, but I have someone that put me as a demon.
Really, you didn't think that was anybody else at this point?
I had a feeling, but I don't like calling things out because it's rude to accuse people of stuff they probably didn't do. What? I'm a more than just robot. I have to be, otherwise bad programming kicks in and I want to kill people.
No, that's just daily life. Working
Yeah,
customer service long.
Service industry.
Yeah, you work in customer service, you want to kill people. If you work in tech support, you really want to kill people.
Cole, now I need a body color. And my orange seems to be kind of an ugly.
Oh my god, Cole, that is freaking adorable.
It'll look even better whenever I'm like done fucking around. Hopefully, it might look worse. I don't know.
Actually, let's put the white stripe there. Much better.
So what kind of coat color should this pony have?
I would say if you went with orange, I would go with a green, maybe a light lime green, just to have a little bit of a contrast to it.
I think I ended up more a little tan, so I think going kind of a purple might.
Well, you and I are on the same wavelength. A little bit of complementary, a little bit of tertiary.
I don't know anything about color theory. Although I will say this little color wheel in the corner makes things a little bit easier.
It's a nice wheel.
Amazingly, I've gotten most of my colors spot on.
It should be noted that anything that I know about art is purely like I took some art classes in high school and I pretty much ignored them. So yeah. And then later on learned, oh hey, the stuff that they were trying to teach me was actually useful. So there's a lot of stuff that I don't know, and anything that I do know is purely through trial and error and failure.
Sometimes you gotta learn through the school of hard knocks. Yeah, taking classes can teach you, but you can also learn. The greatest teacher is experience. Granted, classes will help you avoid having to deal with a lot of experience.
Experience hurts, yo. Don't do it. JK.
Oh, what's in the box? Oh, CMC, you kind of made a Spyro pony without meaning to.
I need a reference to Circuit's main.
My gallery has a lot of them.
I need to find things though.
Seriously, just go into the MLP folder I got, and you'll probably see
Actually,
one,
wait
if
a
not.
minute. Derpy Boru, there are circuit images. To
Yeah.
circuits tag.
Yeah, I've been working on that.
Yeah, I know. I was just one day I was just flooded with circuit, and I was like, oh man. Circuit. Hang on. Brony show. Tags.
Okay.
It's totally 2 words, isn't it?
3 words. The Brony Show.
Oh, that's where I'm going wrong. There we go.
Yeah, I'm better with little sketches on the corners of things. Which is most of what's actually on my DeviantArt. That and one big sketch that I did for the Boot Box challenge. Which was me just taking another artist's thing as reference and reworking it.
Okay.
Let's go back in here.
Okay, I think I can do that muzzle a little bit better here.
Let's just...
And this right here is why I prefer to use a lot of auto shapes versus my freehand. It's not horrible, but it's not the best in my opinion.
Yes, but every time it's freehand, it's something new and different.
You're not
actually
wrong.
prefer the look of freehand just because, like, it's more organic looking.
Well, I like my pre-shaped style. Because, well, yes, this is definitely still my character. I'm not always liking proportions and whatnot. But I gotta get over it.
Yep.
Because there's nothing I would rather be doing right now than doing art with my friends.
Suck up.
Dude, if I was a suck up, I wouldn't do half the things I did to you.
Pardon me?
You might want to rephrase that. Okay, I think I'm going to have to line art this just a little bit because nobody can tell what the hell this is. Or at least I can't.
So, because I don't know how to, like, select the same color, and there's probably a way to save all the colors you're doing, but I haven't figured that
right
out
click.
yet.
Right click
Oh.
over the little thing,
The dripper,
as well as
the
on the
eyedropper.
side there is the eyedropper,
Mm-hmm.
which is just eye.
Oh, fuck, it's right there. I could have been doing so much better than I currently am. Oh, man. I'm so bad at this.
It's alright, Cole.
Oh,
Why?
wow.
What colors have you done wrong?
Oh, I've just been, like, trying to get ballpark colors in the right places. So it's like
Oh.
if you look at Circuit's outlines, they're all kind of different. His horn is slightly different hue than his body, but it's ballpark enough that no one would have probably noticed it except I brought
Yes,
it
but
up.
the mane to the tail transition is noticeable.
Yeah.
Someone drew. Oh, you drew a crazy little Pinkie Pie.
Yep. My horrible secret. I actually really love those horrible Chinese knockoffs.
Second, that's not a secret because you probably have a few.
Well, it's
I
supposed.
actually
it's
enjoy
a-
them as well.
Well, it's supposed to be a horrible dark secret, and in all honesty, that's the best I can. I was just gonna say that I like Pinkie Pie itself, but thinking about it, it's probably a bigger sin to actually like the horrible little um, figures. I mean, they're not bad per se, but they're still horrible.
I like to imagine Circuit's secret, dark secret is he likes to take selfies.
Oh, that would be a dark secret. I'm all for that.
All right.
All right. Okay, well, I pretty much got my art done for the moment here, so we'll let Coal Dust finish up. It looks like everybody else is done, and then we'll go on to our video segment.
I'm considering putting an
Speaking
animal.
of which, Circuit,
What?
somebody just linked. Speaking of which, Circuit, somebody just linked me this video, and I can't think if you ever showed it or not.
Which one is it?
It's when somebody took the fight scene from Canterlot Wedding and replaced it with Ed, Edd, and Eddy sound effects.
Oh my
Ooh.
god, I need that in my life.
I have not played that. No.
Play it now.
I don't know. I could.
Considering this area needs something.
Hold on. Let me do a shot there.
I don't know. Circuit, you want me to just send it over to you? You gotta play it.
Yeah, I think I could try to weasel it in.
Let's do something.
And layer 4 has nothing on it, if someone wants to use it.
Well, if they don't, I could probably quickly type and write something in. Actually, I probably should have put my pen away, but I got it now. Can somebody quickly write at the top right, the Brony Show EKD Day 7 Art Challenge?
Yeah, once I remember, how do I get to the text tool?
Is there a text tool in this?
Thought there was.
There you go. BS challenge. I'm joking. Oh, wait. I need to increase the size on that. Hang on. There we go.
Oh, perfect. That's a lot easier to save. Yeah, I'm taking a look to see if there might happen to be a tool that we can use. Oh, those are tool presets. Those are options, garbage, eraser.
By the way,
Yeah.
Oh. No, go ahead, Sid. Go ahead, Cole.
That
Wait,
was
what?
not Cole. That was me. Unless Cole is talking.
Oh,
and he's,
I thought Cole was saying something, and I kind
No,
of.
that
no,
was me.
I am purely focused on making Circuit look as not shit as possible. This is
Also, Cole, just FYI, you need a lighter, more lime green mane.
I don't care.
It looks
I'm
good.
not changing it.
Dude, it looks good, and at this point, that is going to drive us all mad.
It's good enough for me, Toa.
Alright,
Also, I'm looking at Cole's version of Circuit here, and all I can think is that it's going, okay, let's take it healthy.